this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are going to jump on a more positive note for some PSA grading submissions, at least I think anyways. I've got, this is it's over 200 cards, so it's going to be long too. This is a mix of newer cards, relatively newer cards, and some older cards too, and I believe there are some Wizards of the Coast PSA 10s in this submission, so they do exist still in the wild. And for those of you who are wanting updates on the other stuff, so far PSA, they have given me a call. I just knew it was going to be about, you know, the stuff that I reached out to them about with the packs being open, but it wasn't. They actually, I had an issue where I submitted something on the wrong express level, so we fixed that. And then I've received 2 more emails. The first person forwarded me to the person that I should be talking to, which that's what I had asked, and then that person forwarded me to somebody else as well. So right now nothing has really been discussed yet other than just kind of pushing my email around, but it's only been a day. You know, today's Tuesday, so we still have plenty of time on that. But however, in this submission, I just briefly looked at it, but the grades overall look pretty good. I don't remember too much about this submission other than the new stuff like this I'd opened from packs myself and then just send it in. So we're going to see how it goes, and probably most everything in the video will be for sale if any of you guys are looking for it. Alright, so we're going to start off with this Grimace Snarl VMAX. Got a 10. Pulled a 9 on the Houndoom. 9 on the VMAX Butterfree. 9 on the Vikavolt. There's a 10 on that one. A 10 on that Butterfree. Another 10 on the Grimace Snarl. Looks like we've got some Charizard Vs here. Ooh, Butterfree VMAX. Got a Rose. Another Charizard V. Look at all those 10s on the VMAXs. Finishing off with a 9. So that's pretty good. I'm not sure what those VMAX Charizards are at now. I mean, I know a bunch of them things are graded. So it surprised me if it was over $250. I'd probably think that it would be closer to like the $175 to $225 range. Just because it still is a Charizard. It's a VMAX. It looks real nice. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, got some more. Houndoom with the 9, MZA with the 9, 10 on the Cinderace, and I'd say MZA, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. That's what I was abbreviating this anytime I got it in on consignment, you know, to keep up with. More 9s and 10s on these. I imagine a lot of the 9s are probably slightly off on centering. Yeah, you can see like that one's off. Sticker on the bottom and left. Because the quality on these cards was just like impeccable. 10, ooh, we got a 10 on a Secret Rare, 10 on the Salamence V Max. Houndoom's this can be stuck in the 9s. Let's see what else we have here. Scorch, got a 10 on that one, 10 on the Salamence V, another 10, another 10. Look at that, doing really good on the 10s for the new stuff. Which, like I said, you pretty much expect just because the quality is so good. And I open these right up, set them off. Got a 9 on the Reds Challenge, 9 on the Big Parasol. There's a 10 on the Eternatus VMAX. 10, 9. Ooh, that kind of looks cool. I like that. I didn't really get to enjoy the artworks on these too much. What I remember, I just opened the things up and sent them straight off. Ooh, got a 10 on the Colossal. 10 on that. There's a 9. Some more 10s on the Charizard VMAXs, like that, and the Charizard Vs. Looks like we'll have plenty of those. Put some up and buy now, some in some auction. I probably sent off all the Charizard Vs that I opened up. There's another 10 on the Eternatus. I imagine there's going to be a lot of this kind of stuff, you know, coming back into the market. You know, it's made talk, people talk about junk slab era and that kind of stuff, but I tell you, just to give you guys an idea, I believe it was Sword and Shield base set. I got some of those back pretty quickly. Like this is Darkness Ablaze. I think this is SM3 or Sword and Shield 3. But like with Sword and Shield base set, I got some of those back, and some of the regular V cards, Gem Mint 10, I was listing at $19.99 on eBay, and they weren't selling. So to me, I don't see us going back to that. I think what we were in was almost a junk slab era, and it was because of the price point. Now that the price point has increased and you have people waiting, and you have all these mystery boxes that you can buy with mystery slabs and stuff, I don't see it going back to $20 for a Gem Mint 10, you know, ultra rare card, even if it only costs you $1 or $2. I think that's going to be a tough price point to get back to. I mean, you have Troll and Toad bulk buying any PSA card for $20, you know. And then I've had people message me on eBay saying, hey, I will pay $30 for any slab, doesn't matter what the grade is. Looks like these Houndoom V's did a little bit better. Got 2 10s right there. And then here's another one. Got the Butterfree. Looks pretty cool. I like that. I like the color mixed in with the full arch. I think that's why a lot of people like the rainbows. Let's see, what do we have here? Alright, so I think we're going to get into a little bit of WOTC. Let's see what we have. Alright, so we've got Muck Legendary Collection, pulled the 9. 8 on the Ninetales. Yeah, you can see it's got some edge wear on the bottom left, a little bit in the top. 9 on the Zapdos. Kingdra, if I remember correctly, I think this is actually one card that I broke out and resubmitted because I thought at a 9, surely it would get to 10. Because I like the way it looked. That's underneath the case. But, you know, it actually went down a grade, so maybe there was something that I was just missing on this card. I rarely break out cards, but when I do, I typically try to choose like lower tier cards just as a test and just see what happens. I remember I did some cards where I had them PSA graded and then I broke them out and I sent them to BGS. It was weird. It was like some Charizard first editions, like 6 of them. They were all 1s, I think, or 1 through 3, and they ended up grading like 3 through 6 or something like that, BGS. But the scale is kind of different with BGS on the lower grades. Because like if they were all PSA 9s and I broke them out, they might not have all crossed the BGS 9s, and there ain't no way you're going to get a 10. Maybe a 9.5 would have come out of there. This is when I was still going for the Charizard Spirit Link, so you guys know basically how long ago this was. But there is a 10 on that one. I remember I bought like 60 from Troll and Toad for like 20 cents a piece, and I submitted some of the ones I thought were in better condition. This is an Aquapolis Tangela. I think we pulled this one. Same thing with the Hypno. There's a 9 on that. I'll set these in a box off to the side. Large stack. So I've got these kind of turned around different directions. There's a light Togetic. I still need the 10 in Unlimited. Yeah, you can see the bottom left has a white nick on it, so no way that one's going to get a 10. There's a Slowking, PSA 7. Ooh, that's kind of rough. I'm not sure. Maybe there's some scratches in the hollow that I'm missing there. We got a Metal Energy. It's kind of hard to tell because I've already put sleeves over these things. That one pulled the 9. There's another Politoed, pulled the 8. I actually bought a 10 recently. Man, the back looks pretty clean too. Backs always look clean on these cards. And I needed the first edition, so I ended up picking up the 10 for $3,500. I had offered somebody $4,000 a while back, but they were wanting 7, and they said they'd come down to 6. And then I just kind of left it, and then one come up for $4,000. I made an offer for $3,000. They settled at $3,500. Ooh, that Blissey, a 7. Yeah, I mean, it's a little off center. Got a little bit of edge wear on the bottom. Usually these have like scratches in the hull, and I think I can see it on the left side there. 7 on the Jump Pluff, 7 on Shining Magikarp. Yeah, that's a 7. We've got plenty more. I'm almost positive there's some 10s in here. There's a Dark Scissor, got a Dark Typhlosion, Dark Tyranitar. 7's still a solid grade, but for the longest time nobody collected that. See a little white dot there. It's a pretty strong 7. There's an 8 on the Ampharos. 9 on Light Arcanine, got a 9 on Light Azumarill, and Light Dragonite. Miracle Energy, 9 on the Alakazam from Legendary Collection. The Legendary Collection hollows, I think I'm down to 1 or 2 I still need. They just were notoriously not graded for the longest time, so their pop was super low. And you know, more people have started grading them, but you know, it's a little different now. It's not as easy to get that 10. Oh yeah, here's the big one. Pulled a 10 on the Dark Charizard. I believe this is one that we opened up in those Team Rocket long packs. I was just opening packs just to search for the Dark Dragonite. And then this one ended up coming out of it. So that was really cool. This is probably the highlight of the video. But I think we do have more WOTC 10s somewhere in here. That was definitely my biggest upcharge. 9 on the Ampharos, so close. Oh yeah, this is that hollow bleed Ho-Oh. Beautiful. Got a swirl right there too. Not too bad at all. That was in that big collection that I bought. Several of these first edition Neo Revs were. There's the 9 on the Raikou. Such a tough card to get a 10 in. This was up around $1,000. I'm not sure what it's at now. Nobody is unless you had a recent sale. Here's a Suicune 7, 9 on the Dark Ampharos, 9 on the Dark Crobat. There we go. Got a Dark Dawn fan pulling the 9. Ooh, 10 on Dark Gengar, like that. Beautiful. Put it in the background. Brock with the 8, Blaine's Moltres with the 8, Rocket's Trap with the 8, 9 on the Poliwrath, and Unknown A, and the first edition Wobbuffet. Still trucking through. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, that's a bummer. Got a 5 on the Mewtwo. Wonder what happened there. Maybe, is that an indent? Maybe that's what they were seeing. That light indent right there. So a lot of times if you have one of those indents, it just drops the value automatically to a 5. And I think that's why some people use BGS and CGC for this kind of stuff, because you could have a card that's, you know, completely untouched but has just a slight impression that messes with the surface when you flash it, and it drops at 5 grades at PSA. But if you go to like CGC or BGS, they kind of factor it in, and it doesn't drop it as hard. It's one of those things. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not sure how I missed that. That was dumb of me. You can tell right where it is probably a binder ring bend. A lot of people who use the 3-ring binders when they were kids, they just like fold it over and the cards don't go all the way down. You smash the binder on top of it, and then you have a ring. Binder ring bend, and all of the cards are on the left side, which was bad for like the original base set, because Charizard was number 4, which put it in that middle left ring, and a lot of times it would get bent. Alright, so Machamp with a 6. Yeah, I must have just been in a random WOTC Hollow stack, because that's about a 6. Got a 7 on the Magneton, 7 on the Hitmonchan. Got an 8 on the Blastoise, not bad. I think they're still upcharging that kind of stuff. 8 on the Chansey, 6 on the Venusaur. Yeah, I think this may have just been like an extra or a piece or set that I had. 5 on the Gengar. It's probably the same thing, like there's a binder ring bend in there somewhere. Charizard with the 8. Base set 2. It's kind of cool. I remember sending off a couple stacks of WOTC Hollows. They were just all kinds of random conditions. So this isn't like the only time that I'm going to get these random grades between 5 and 8, you know, on a lot of WOTC Hollows in a row. See, 8 on the Clefable, 6 on the Alakazam. Here we go. Got a 9 on the base set 2 Blastoise and on the Pidgeot. 7 on the Poliwrath. Back in the day, man, I would just crank these cards out individually, selling them played, excellent played, excellent near mint, and then I typically did not list above near mint, because so many people have different valuations of that, and they would almost always ignore what I put in there. Man, that's a nice 8. 9 on the Tentacruel. Looks like we're getting to some e-readers now. 9 on the Suicune. 9 on the Ninetales. Look at that. 10 on the Magneton. You know, definitely not the best card to get a 10 on, but we'll stick it back there. Another WOTC 10. We've got 3 of them. Kingdra 9. We've got an 8 on the Jumpluff with the Mega Swirl. Man, look how big that thing is. I can't remember how many 10s there are. Oh, there's another one. Got a 10 on the Espeon. Big hitter right there. Beautiful. Put that over there with that Dark Charizard. Got an Entei with the 9. 10 on the Electrode. Nice. The e-readers have always been a little bit easier to get the 10s on. Maybe because the centering doesn't affect the the front as much. Blossom. Ariados, another one. There we go. We're up to 6 WOTC 10s, 7 WOTC 10s. Got the Arcanine. Nice. Covering you up, Trolling Toad. Your TCA 5 code. Got an 8 on the Rainbow Energy. 8 on the base set Gyarados and the base set Nidoking. 7 on the Ninetales, and then 8 on the Poliwrath. So got a couple more rows to go. I can't remember if it's all WOTC. I think there are some promos in here. Pulled a 9 on the Zapdos. There we go. A first edition Typhlosion. Pulling the 8. Still valuable at an 8. 9 on the Dark Hypno. There's another one. 10 on the Dark Blossom. Blossom, and then 10 on the Ampharos. Was that 2, 4, 4? That's 9. Can we get 10 WOTC Hall? Yes. Look at that. Maybe this was the Kingdra that I resubmitted. No, it was a first edition. That was a first edition. Alright, so that's 10 Wizards of the Coast Hollows in one submission. Pretty nuts. 9 on the Meganium, 9 on the Skarmy. Oh, another one. We got 11. So there's a Steelix. Granted, I think out of all the ones here, they're all pretty much fairly easy to get. Maybe the Arcanine and Espeon. The Dark Charizard's always been kind of on the easier side. Most of the others have been pretty easy too. But it's still cool to see. Got Typhlosion, Alakazam, Dark Blastoise. There's a Dark Charizard 6. Dark Golbat. Dark Hypno. Another Dark Hypno. Ooh, Rainbow Energy, so close. And then a Vileplume. Let's see what we have here. Here's some promos. I think there's another small stack of WOTC Hollows. I'm not going to include any promos just because these are kept completely separate. And the Eevee, that's the one you want to get 10 in. I don't think it's been a while since I've got a 4 on a Venusaur. 9 on the Eevee. 8 on Birthday Pikachu. Another 8 Eevee. Another 9 Birthday Pikachu. Another 9 Eevee. Man, Birthday Pikachu used to be one I could get about 50% 10s on, but I've hit a lot of 9s lately on it. 8 Flareon. This used to be pretty cool. Like, I'd send off the pre-release Aerodactyls and I'd hit 10s here and there, but it was always a little bit more tough than like the pre-release Gyarados and Misty Seadra. But if you haven't noticed, they actually started labeling most of them the correct way. It's kind of hit and miss. I had one submission come back where they labeled some of them correctly, and then other ones they did not. And the reason it's labeled that way is because you can kind of see it's got the gold lettering, and it has like the base set 2 later in full. If they have the brown lettering for pre-release, then it's the normal starry type full, like you would see here. I think people call that the Galaxy. There we go, Shining Gyarados 8.5. We've been seeing a lot of 8.5s on the Shining Gyarados, haven't we? Uh-oh, we got a Shining Celebi, a 9. Oh, a Shining Kabutops. Now, this isn't technically a holo, but we're going to set that one back there and count it. Still a big hit. We'll get some more of the promos, and then I think we've got a few Shinings left. If I remember correctly. Oh, there's a Scissor V, an 8. That's a bummer. 10 on a Chrome, a 10 on another Chrome, 9 on this one, 9, 10 on the Tentacruel, 9. Pulled a 6, must have had a dent or ding or something in there. That's a 9 on some Hitmonchans. Oh, there's a 10. See, forever I took 2 or 3 of these, like winners, non-winners, and I just put them in every submission, so that's why these continue to go through auction. I'm probably going to hold off on some more of the auctions soon, just because I'm pushing them out about every week. Got 9s right there on the non-winner Electabuzz. There's actually 5 of those. Cinescorch VMAX, and then last but not least, we have a Shining Steelix, also with the gem at 10. So we scored 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, if I'm looking correctly. Yeah, I think that's 13. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 PSA 10s from the WOTC era where they were hollow or a shining in 2 cases. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. I've got some more submissions coming through soon. It's just going to take a little bit. I don't know all of the grades, but I know some of the upcharges. I'm seeing a few more hollows in there that are possible 10s. So So if you're interested in this stuff, just reach out to me. Otherwise, wait for it on eBay. I'll probably eventually have it there. These, I don't know, I may end up just sticking these back just because it's becoming a rare breed type thing. And I got to sell these first anyways, right? All this other stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.